That was the hardest moment when I learned some of my best friends betrayed me by even telling lies, in order to survive and show their loyalty to the Communist Party. And I was, of course, being forced to cancel my classes, treated like a criminal. And I just couldn't reconcile how, your fellow buddies could betray you by even telling lies. So I was full of despair and hatred, and I was even thinking to commit a suicide bomb campaign. But really, God has a better plan for Bob Fu than being a suicide bomber. And during that moment, really, my classmate gave me a book. It's called A Biography of Pastor Xi Shengmo. And he was converted to Christian faith through missionary from China Inland Mission, Hudson Taylor's group. He was dying and because as a drug addict when he heard the gospel. So when I read that book, I was just totally, convicted because these, what I called beautiful sentences, like if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. And my life was just totally brightened.
I've known Bob Fu for years. He is one of the most brilliant men I've ever known. He is also one of the most courageous men I've ever known. He was wanted by the Chinese government for many, many years because it was Bob Fu, a legal scholar, that began to write court cases and challenge the Supreme Court within China related to religious liberties issues. He is, in my opinion, one of the most important voices for religious liberties in the world today. And we bring him to you on 100 Huntley Street. Bob Fu represents a heritage as well as a future of international guests, global leaders who come to this studio to tell their stories, to be able to keep us informed as to how the church is doing around the world, where there are pockets of persecution, where there are moments of injustice, where there is prayer that needs to happen, where there are funds that need to be mobilized. That's what we do here so often here on 100 Huntley Street. And folks, we've been doing it for years. And we want to continue to do it. Oh, that God would give us neighbors and friends and donors and supporters that would help us do it in the future. We need your help because we want to bring these global leaders to you in 2014, 2015, 2016, until Jesus tarries or calls us home. We want to bring these global leaders to you so that you and our audience can be globally engaged with what is happening around the world as the fame and glory of Jesus Christ spread. We bring you stories of people who are hurting and wounded. We bring you stories of children in Southeast Asia who are being sold into child sexual exploitation. Unacceptable. We bring you that story, and then we respond and tell you how your funds at Crossroads is trying to put a stop to that. We bring you stories of people who are flooding out of eastern Ukraine into western Ukraine because of 6 months of war in Ukraine and what's going on there, and pensioners and children and women, the most vulnerable of any society. They're struggling, and you know what? Crossroads is there, trying to make a difference. That happens because of you. You're the people that make the difference. You help us. When you call 1-888-288-0003, it is a phone call. It is a financial commitment for global engagement. And here's what you know about us. Anywhere we go, everywhere we go, we partner with people who allow us to be able to share the love of Jesus Christ. Central to who we are is Jesus Christ. And when we go and we talk in arenas, whether it relates to geopolitics, whether it relates to issues or other kinds of current events, whether it's the updates about Ebola, whether it's updates related to ISIS, whatever it may be, we do our very best to faithfully present to you in a credible fashion from a faith perspective what's going on and how you can help. The daily ability to do that happens because we take weekly forums like this where we just ask you to help us financially keep on keeping on. As our founder says, these monthly gifts help us pay the daily bills, and we need your help because the bills never stop. Would you call? Our operators are waiting. They're great people, would love to engage with you as you globally engage with us. The number is 1-888-288-0003. That's 1-888-288-0003. As Gomer Pyle used to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're grateful for your support.